Hey everyone, this is my Patreon proud reaction to the first episode of Kamichu. Now, being a Patreon proud reaction basically just means that it's a anime reaction, a series reaction that was requested by a Patreon supporter who's at a high enough reward tier to do so. If you're interested in learning more about how that works, you can go to my Patreon, which is linked in the description box below. So, this anime. Now, when I first read the title, I thought that Chu was referring to kissing, but I realized no, that's not the case. It's just short for a Chugakse, middle school student. So not as much kissing as I probably, I as assumed, but it's fine as long as it's an entertaining show. That's all that really matters. So to find out if it is though, we'll have to get into it. So let's do that. Before I do though, since this is a new series, I do want to explain how I do things. I do not show the full anime footage or audio in the video itself for copyright reasons. I do show a small portion of the anime episode, down here, just enough for you to see the subtitles so you can technically follow along with what I'm reacting to. But if you do want to get the ideal viewing experience, you want to grab your own copy of the show and just kind of stick it right here and sync it up together with my video, with my reaction, which is easier to do because of things that I have on screen like the subs and the timer in that slot. So it's all good if you're able to do that. So let's get into it and see how this goes. 3, 2, 1, play. Enjoying your lunch, I see. Is this our main character? Yes. Oh, okay. That's good to know. I guess that sort of happens sometimes. I'm not sure how to respond to that. The crap the offering. I guess so. Either that or she's taking it very well. That's understandable. I honestly couldn't help you with that, but good luck. You should start with telling us why you think you're a god. Hello? Wow, that's a hard family name to remember. Oh? Uh, okay. I never would have guessed that difference was the fact that you're a god now. This guy invited herself over there. uh, I guess that made her day. Close enough. Ah, yeah, that's easy to remember. Matsuri, festival. A lot of help you are. Yes, let's do some investigation together. I mean, this is more important. We gotta find out what kind of god she is. I'm guessing the god of silliness, but we'll see. Are we gonna see if she's the god of flying? It's a great view from that roof, wow. Great time for the title strain. It's a good question. Oh, what are we gonna be doing? It wasn't that long of a run. Okay. Yeah, but specifics. Uh... What kind of pose are we talking here? Like a sexy pose? Uh, is this gonna help us? Because we're just stretching right now. But I guess this is more important than class. She's like, why am I even here? Is that a love confession down there? Well, not everyone can become a god, I'm sorry. You're okay. But the whole point of coming up here is that it's not embarrassing because no one's around but us. Oh, okay. I did not know I was watching Fist of the North Star, but there you go. Ah, calligraphy club. Was he the only club member? I guess that's the good enough thing to write. Maybe you're the god of calligraphy. Maybe you should go ask him. Maybe he'll know. Ow! Don't hurt yourself. It's not that important of a paper. That ah. Who are you? You know, you're still holding hands with her. Okay, there we go. I mean, yeah, but doing calligraphy on the rooftop sounds like a bad idea for several reasons. Okay, sure, but it's still not a good place for calligraphy. And I get the impression that she likes him, so... Or is she just embarrassed that he might have seen her posing, but... But I doubt it. He was pretty focused on what he was doing. Why would you climb down while she's still on there? That's dangerous. Very rude, honestly. But I guess somebody's gonna comment on that. No, he's very rude. Oof. Why are you covering your face? Yeah, it's fairly obvious. You're never gonna let go of that stairs, are you? Well, if he's in the club, I would imagine he's decent, at least. uh... Is that true, or are you just messing with her? Well, which one, though? Are you swearing to her? I know, right? Uh... You are already dead. Omae mo shinderu. Title drop? All of it. Don't let any of it slip. Oh, that was great. That was quite a zoom out. Okay. What's over here? Okay, I don't know why we showed the boat. But I quite enjoyed her declaration there. I mean, we still don't know what kind of god you are, so... You gotta work on that. Right now I'm leaning on God of Gullibility. A pretty nice scenery in the anime. I don't think I mentioned that yet. That's the best time to rest. What are you talking about? Yeah, they definitely don't live in Tokyo. Man, you girls really are out of shape. Guess I got better things to do. What? Not bad. See? What'd you get? Oh. Well, that could be worse. Yeah, it could be worse. Still, it could be worse. Ooh, a Pico outfit. Wow. Is that actually your name? My soul friend. And she's adorable, so that really is her name. Wow. In which case, that outfit's very fitting. Come on, we need to know. That's convenient. So what is she? I'm dying of curiosity. I need to know. It's even beyond her power? Well, that's something. That's a fair point. Let's try. Oh. Well, maybe later. Ah, that's loud. Not a big audience, but looking good there. I haven't seen those things since Isoneto Mazotan, I think it was. Are your legs falling asleep? No, I just lost the feeling in my toes. She's reacting or something. uh, I think we're getting somewhere. She gotta fall forward. Are you okay? Because that thing looks a little bit too big for you. Oh, wow. Uh, I I think we just figured it out. She's a god of wind. Uh, I guess we got some results from that. I still want to know how exactly she became a god, though. I mean, it happens. It's all good. Aw, kitty cats. Tama, very creative name for a cat. Being sarcastic. She wants your attention. uh, can't just sleep your problems away. So, hopefully we didn't miss dinner time. Wow, it's quite the news. Apparently, I tried to tell you, you just didn't believe me. It's all your fault. Yeah, we should probably talk about this. Oh god, it is pretty bad. Can you stop it now? I'm taking your bike. Thank you. I may or may not give it back later. In the middle of the night, you know, as you do. I was not expecting a typhoon in episode 1, I'll be honest. It's really not safe to be out there on a bike, even if you are a god. What was that? I think the world just went insane. Or she's dreaming, one of the two. uh... Well then, turn it off. Uh... I don't think that bike's gonna still be there when you get back. It's a good thing she has a pretty long skirt on, otherwise we might see something there. It really does have her face in the clouds. That's really silly. Yeah, what better reason do you need? Yeah, that is a good thing. Meets away. Good thing we got this rope. Something to hold on to. Just don't get blown away, guys. Because the roof is not a safe place to be right now. If you let go of something, it's gonna be gone. As far as character designs go, I prefer Matsuda's over everyone else. That face is almost like somebody's above the clouds and just kind of peeking through to see what's going on. Okay. This is getting really bad. I mean, even if you stop the typhoon, you know, damage has been done. uh, well, being a god doesn't mean you can solve all your problems easily. I'm sure it'll stop one way or the other eventually. There's no way he would be up there in this storm. That'd be stupid. Wow, really? How stupid do you have to be out here in this? Unless you're trying to, unless you're a god trying to stop it, of course. Well, there he goes. Well, it was nice knowing you, kid. But, you know, no one to blame but yourself on that one. Is that gonna be what you need to actually stop it? Chew! Apparently she's gonna rescue him. With her new long hair. Which is good, there's something for him to grab onto. uh... There you go. The literal eye of the storm up there. And there we go, looks like we stopped it. That face looks so evil. But now it looks happy. Doesn't change the fact that he was an idiot to be up there in a typhoon. Ooh, the moon. Well, you're technically falling, actually. Slowly. I guess so. Flying from the sky holding a girl's hands. I guess if you had a moment to confess, that would be a good one. After saving his life. I mean, admittedly, it was your typhoon that nearly killed him, but still. And then they hit the ground and die. Oof. Oh. Oh, they hit water, so it's all good. Well, they were fine the whole time. They had to hit the ground eventually. Are you both alive? It's a good thing they landed in a pool. Well, I'm pretty sure we were pretty hot before you hit the water, so pretty strong difference. She is pretty cute, I'll admit. So about my skydiving love confession. Did you not hear it? I mean, they were falling, so... What? You met her not that long ago. On the roof, like today. But the point is, yeah, the confession hit dead ears there. It wasn't really all a dream. I suspected as much, but... It's a very good question. It's time to go to school? Oh wow, it is a little bit late to be sleeping. So yeah, clearly it wasn't all a dream. Because, you know, what you see here. She clearly had an impact on the world. Does anybody have anything to say about these little creatures wandering around? I guess so. You know, I'm sorry about the typhoon, it was an accident. Well, becoming a god wouldn't change your personality overnight. Well, sure, but we've had high school gods before, you know, Haruhi. Or the melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya. Here, take this trash, please. Yeah, to be fair, that is a hard name to remember. So I'm just gonna call you Yuri. Oh. Maybe you should pursue a different love interest. Perhaps Matsuri, you know, if you care about my opinion. A little luck. Yeah, I mean, we had a skydiving, hand-holding love confession, but I guess that wasn't enough. But it is progress, I suppose. I mean, yeah, he didn't actually remember your name, but he was close. You can just call me Yuri for short. Yeah, you can't depend on God for everything. I got my own problems. The guy I like is extremely stupid. That's... I love her little dance. And man, is she short. And as usual, Mitsuo was her name. She doesn't seem all that enthused to be playing that instrument. Okay, we're making progress, you know? Although, if we're just gonna clap, why even have the guitar on at that point? Okay, there we go. I love her dancing. That was definitely an interesting first episode. It was a lot to take in, so... Like, things escalated very quickly there. They're friends, I guess. Ah, shark. Chew. Oh, I get it, like sneezing. Okay, there's another layer to that. Okay, I get it now. So, that was the first episode of Kamichu. And apparently that Kamichu has more meaning than I thought because, you know, Kamichu as in the middle school goddess, also, you know, Chu as in sneezing, because she did sneeze in the episode. And maybe Chu as in kissing at some point because this does clearly have a little bit of a romance element to it, you know. So, I mean, it didn't actually have romance on these genres, but it just says comedy, drama, slice of life, supernatural. But she clearly has a love interest. We just don't know how big of a plot point that'll be. But yeah, our main girl is named Yuri, and well, I think Yuri is her actual name, but Yuri's a nickname, so I'm gonna call her that. So Yuri, she one day is sitting in class eating food. She proclaims to her friend Mitsue, I believe her name is yeah, Mitsue. And she says, hey, you know, I became a god, you know, just so you know. It's like, oh, cool. You know, not having much of a reaction to it because she didn't really believe her, which is understandable, you know. You wouldn't just believe a friend that tells you that, especially in middle school because, you know, Chunibyo, that's a middle school thing. So, you know, you expect, you know, middle schooler to say things like, hey, I became a god yesterday. Hey, I summoned the Dragon of the Darkness flame in my hand last night. It was great. You know, that's to be expected. Now, eventually Matsuri showed up over there. It's like, hey, I know something different about you. You seem to be like a god or something, so we're soul friends now. So yeah, let's eat together. Let's have fun. Let's become really close. And yeah, she clearly notices there's something different about her. So she brings her over to her family shrine, where she gets to meet her little sister, Miko, who wears a Miko outfit. And she's apparently pretty good at, you know, that sort of thing, you know, judging what kind of god, you know, a character is. So they had her, you know, inspect her, but my cat wants in. I'll be right back. Yeah, so we had a little sister talk look at her, and she was not able to determine what kind of god she was. All she was able to determine was the fact that she had, power within her, which didn't really help because we already knew she was a god, although that lends a little bit more credibility to the claim, because I know Mitsue wasn't really fully on board with this just yet, so that probably helped, to convince her a little bit. Now, we ended up doing a bit of a ritual there, so, which Mitsue, sat in on, and Yuri was actually part of it, sitting there, wearing the outfit, just kind of, try not to have her legs fall asleep. And it seemed to actually do something because, she sneezed and a whole bunch of wind just came out, chew, sneezing. So, I still think that's some pretty clever wordplay there. But yeah, she eventually went home, took a nap, and when she woke up, the world had ended. Well, not exactly, but she noticed that a typhoon had happened, which presumably is because of the rooftop posing and stuff. Which, I figured it was because of the sneeze, but they made it sound like it was actually the rooftop shenanigans that did it. I mean, maybe it was a little bit of both, who knows. But the point is, the typhoon happened when she woke up. For a while, I thought maybe this was a dream. Like, always in the back of my mind, I was preparing for the possibility of her suddenly waking up and everything was just, completely normal. But, that never happened. But what did happen was she wanted to take responsibility for the storm, the Urea storm, like you could see her face in the sky and everything, which is pretty funny. But she went out to go to the roof to be able to fix this with her friends, which was pretty dangerous, really, because you don't really want to ride a bicycle in a typhoon, and you definitely don't want to stand on the top of a roof during a typhoon. That's really, really not a good idea to do. And yet, a certain really stupid, love interest dude over there, he did that very same thing. He stood up there just because that's his club area, his calligraphy club. I mean, it was already kind of stupid to do calligraphy on the roof anyway, because there's wind that would blow your work away or mess up the ink, or, it could also rain and rain all over your paper. Like, it's not a good idea to do calligraphy on the roof, is my point. And that was already kind of stupid, but, I could at least accept that. But going on top of a roof during a typhoon, dude, like, what were you hoping to protect there? Like, seriously, why would you do that? Like, mistakes were made in this episode, but none of them compared to that one. But anyway, the three main girls went to the roof to try to fix the problem, but the wind was a bit too strong. They weren't able to really get it going. But once, her love interest was in danger, I want to say his name was Ninomiya or something. I should probably try to remember his name. Ken, I'll just call him Ken, short for Kenji. Ken got caught up in the storm, and then she's like, oh no, the boy that I like, superpowers activates. Well, really, she just yelled out Kamichu to the sky, which, gave her the power to do so, to fly up there and get him. And then they had a very nice little, fall while holding hands, and then she took this opportunity to confess her love to him, which is really good timing, because he's obviously going to be grateful about her saving his life and really impressed, and they're currently holding hands. So it's really good timing on her part, but it didn't seem to work. I mean, I don't think he heard it because, there was wind and stuff, so understandable that he wouldn't hear it, but just whenever he says, who are you again, that's kind of mean. I mean, this guy in general is a little bit rude for my liking. The way he just went down the stairs while she was still on it, which is very dangerous. Not only could he fall, but he could cause her to fall as well, so like, you could have just said, hey, I want to get down, so would you mind, moving aside real quick? Or something like that. So I'm not a big fan of him personally. He's my least favorite character in the show so far. We'll see if that changes, but so far he's done nothing but stupid and or rude stuff in the show, so I can't say I'm a big fan of him right now. But she likes him. I mean, she clearly likes him. She has a crush, and I don't see why she likes him, really. I'll be honest, I don't see the appeal. But then again, I'm not a middle school girl, so my perspective is understandably a bit different than hers. But yeah, that was pretty much the episode. I mean, going on the rooftop, doing their little posing practice and stuff, and her complaining about how embarrassing it was. That was pretty funny. I mean, I do like our main girl. She's amusing. I mean, she blushes a lot, I noticed, either from embarrassment or because of her crush. Matsuri is a pretty fun character. I just thought I liked her character design. She has a little sister. She, has a family shrine, which is pretty cool. I mean, Mitsue, we didn't really get much. We didn't really get much of her in comparison to the other two. She just seemed like out of the three, she's kind of the wet blanket kind of role for the most part. That's kind of what the impression I get. The one that kind of keeps everyone grounded. But yeah, I do like their dynamic. I mean, those are the three girls in the cover art, so clearly they're our main characters. I really don't know how important Ken will be in the story, if at all. But right now, he's the love interest. I don't know if that will change. If the final episode they'll become a couple, I don't know, really. Like I said, it doesn't have the romance tag on MyAnimeLIst, so I don't think that will be too important to the overall story. But I am very curious exactly where the story will go in general, because she's a god. We never really figured out exactly what god she is. I mean, I assumed it was the wind god or the weather god or something, but that's just the conclusion I came to because of the powers I saw her demonstrate in this episode. Maybe she'll do something completely different next episode, you know, breathing fire or something. Who knows? But we do know that she is a god, you know, the Kamichu. And judging by the preview, she meets somebody next episode, which I assume is another god, but I mean, I guess we'll see. But yeah, I mean, the episode seemed a little bit, you know, slow at first, but then things really ramped up once we started to actually really explore her god powers. You know, doing the little shrine ritual and then the sudden typhoon. But yeah, I mean, I would say I enjoyed it. It was a pretty nice first episode. I enjoy our main three cast characters quite a bit. I enjoy the dynamic with each other. I'm interested to see exactly how they're all gonna deal with having a god as a friend. And that's also a pretty funny thing, just people casually calling her, "Hey, Kami-sama, can you help me out with this? Don't rely on God for everything. I got my own problems, you know?" It just seems like a very unique, interesting, fun little show. But yeah, I don't really have much to say on it beyond that. Just I wasn't sure what to expect from the first episode, and it was quite a ride there, really. So I'm not sure exactly what the deal is with all the little things running around. Like we suddenly have like in the preview we saw like a shark or something jump out, which was interesting. But we see these little creatures just kind of running around doing various things, flying around. Like, did those suddenly appear because of her? Did she open some kind of gateway that allowed more supernatural creatures to come in? Or did something supernatural happen to this world all of a sudden, which one of the results of that was her becoming a god? Is that what happened? I still have a lot of questions on exactly what's going on here, so hopefully some of those are answered going forward. But yeah, I enjoyed the first episode and I will continue with it. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.